Parker. Pugh. That'll do it! That will do it! Pugh for Bournemouth. The roof of the Gold Sands is raised. Everyone here knows what that could mean to this football.
Hello AFC Bournemouth fans, hope you're doing well and a very happy match day to you. It's a morning preview show for you today. We're live. My name's Sam Davis.
Well, I'm Tom Jordan.
Nothing like a match day, is there, Tom?
Yeah, I didn't know you were going to set me up like that. I wasn't even ready to say my own name. Yeah, no, love a match day, mate. Buzzing for it. I've been Peterborough, and I think they said it's over 10 years, isn't it? So, been a long time. So I'm really looking forward to it, mate.
Really long time since we've been there. Certain Adam Smith, though, may be appearing again like he did 10 years ago. Now, if this is your show again this morning, we're going to keep it relatively short. This is a morning show. We expect lots of people to be working, so we don't expect many to be on for the free-for-all today. However, this will be lunchtime viewing for a lot of people and maybe even listening as they're driving up the motorway to the Weston Homes Stadium. So if you want to get involved, you can. The link is the same as always. Me and Tom, we're leaving Bournemouth about 1 p.m-ish, aren't we?
Yeah, about that. Seems like that'd be a decent time. It feels like it would take, 3-4 hours, something like that. Hopefully it won't be too manic on the roads and that. So, yeah, but get there early. Better to get there early than squeeze for time, especially as I've seen that they don't even serve alcohol in the away end, mate. So we need to get in the pub, as everyone's been telling me on Twitter. I feel like I need to change that perception of myself. You just said the away end serves no alcohol. I was getting tweets everywhere. So
yeah, not good. So yeah, we're going to be arriving around 5:30, and we'll tell you about the pubs to go to. The lack of alcohol, as we said, for the away supporters, and also the team that Parker should or could be putting out tonight. But onto the game, and yeah, as Tom said, tonight represents our first visit to London Road for 10 years. The Posh were promoted last season, along with Hull and Blackpool, two sides this season that we failed to win against. So how will the Cherries fare against Darren Ferguson's men? Will it be more of the same against recently promoted sides, or can we get a W on the board and retain the top spot? First person we're going to bring on today is Daniel from Florida, who's going to have his say. He's here. What time is it over there, mate?
6:02.
6:02. Dedication.
love it.
That you are the most dedicated Cherries fan that I think I will know, mate. How are you feeling about the game tonight?
I'm very excited. I'm just kind of mad that I can't really see it. I can only see half of the game. But I feel like we could win this. Knowing Bournemouth, we probably will draw it. Like, we will do something dumb and fail it. But I feel like we can do something, and we could win this if the players are on game. But when I first saw this game, I don't know, but I kind of wanted Low to start. I don't know. I just really want to see him play. I think this is a perfect game to play on. So hopefully he can play.
It's an interesting point Daniel makes, isn't it, about Lowe? When will he start? Because we've got a very settled starting 11 at the moment, but at some point he does need to blood these players and give them more than 10, 15 minutes, Tom.
Yeah, it's a shame really that we haven't got like a few little cup games or something where we can play some of these guys. Rogers as well. Leif Davis hasn't really played in his position, to be fair. I mean, Marcondes has gone out of the firing line as well. So, yeah, there's definitely a few you want to see what they're about. But equally, it's hard to change a winning team and a team that are doing well. So it's good problems. I think Parker will say it's good problems to have. And we know we've never been, I saw earlier, we're the only team that haven't been behind this season. So that's probably another reason why people like Lowe haven't really got many minutes, because we haven't been chasing a game. And obviously he's an attacking player. But yeah, he might be called upon at some point tonight. I'm sure he will over the course of the season. But yeah, I don't see him starting tonight somehow, Daniel. But we'll see. You never know. Never know. He might have some bumps and bruises from the weekend.
Yeah, agreed. So Kevin Anderson asked that very question. Reckon there'll be much squad rotation? We'll go through our team later on in the show. And a big hello to anyone that's watching live. And thank you for joining us. Tom, pressure's on, isn't it? West Brom smashing Cardiff 4-0 last night. They're looking pretty good, aren't they?
Yeah, I remember having a look actually just at because there's that stat where I think it's us, West Brom and Liverpool, the only teams that haven't lost. And I saw that Liverpool have got City on the weekend, and I thought, oh, West Brom are away at Cardiff as well. That's a tough one, and fair play, they absolutely battered them, didn't they? So yeah, I mean they're showing they mean business, so we need to keep up with them, and obviously we have got that game in hand tonight, so hopefully we'll be all right. I mean, like you say, I forgot about that the other two promoted sides we struggled with. Not sure if there's any kind of there's just a coincidence or there's anything in that. We weren't particularly good for the whole night in them two games. I don't know. I'd like to think we'd be too strong, but it depends how Peterborough come out as well. If they come out with kind of no fear, like they're not expecting anything, or if they're starting to feel the pressure of being down at the bottom. I think Blackpool picked up a point last night. So yeah, there's pressure on Peterborough from a different sense, isn't there? So hopefully we need to just go out there and just go and get the win. It doesn't really matter. We just got to go out there, all the away games, and just grind it out, really. So I'd like to think we'll have too much.
Right, Daniel, if you were to be on a Peterborough fan channel now and they were to ask you who's the Bournemouth player that they should be keeping their eyes on for tonight's game, who would you say?
I'll say all of them. If I can only say one, I feel like, I don't know, Jaden Anthony.
Yeah.
This is a game I feel like he would do something.
Yeah, very good answer. What's your prediction for tonight, buddy?
I feel like it will be 2-1 because I feel like we're going to concede because against, not going to be rude or anything, but against the lower teams compared to our level, we always seem to kind of struggle against them.
Yeah.
But I feel like we can like get an early goal and then they're going to draw and then we're going to get another goal.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see how we deal with going a goal behind if that happens, because it hasn't happened, and that's quite a crazy stat, really. Daniel, thank you so much, and I hope you can enjoy the game. Are you watching it on AFCB TV, are you?
Yeah, but I can only watch the second half because I'll be in school during the first half.
I mean, I know this is going to be absolutely impossible for you. However, if you do watch on AFCB TV, you are able to rewind and watch from the start. But obviously that means you'd have to not look at social media to, because people will be telling you the score. And obviously your Twitter timeline will be absolutely mad. You've probably got notifications on, so it'll be really difficult. But if you did want to somehow try to watch the game, just blank out all social media, you can rewind it, and there are some options for watching it today, as Daniel says, around the world on AFCB TV. If you're in the UK, it costs £10. You've got Chris Temple and Jimmy Glass commentating tonight from the Weston Homes Stadium. It's also got replays and multi-camera footage as well. If you've got Sky Sports, it's on the red button, and on certain devices as well, on Now TV, in the bonus stream section at the bottom, you'll be able to watch it there as well. Of course, you can tune into BBC Radio Solent as well on 96.1 and 103.8 FM and on digital radio as well. Plus, over here on Back of the Net, there will be the post-match fan cams as soon as we can get them up. Daniel, really appreciate you coming on. Thank you very much, sir.
Bye, guys.
Daniel.
Cheers, mate. Thank you very much. So I think we probably need to find out what Scott Parker said, eh? And one person that we were sort of worried about, they had a bit of a knock both before and after the last match, is this fella here, Tom? Your favourite. When did you get that picture? What a picture it is, mate.
Oh yeah, buzzing. I come out the 1910. Just went for a few shandies after the win, and come out and saw a few people still. Ethan down there, and I thought, oh, the player's not gone yet. And they said, well, Jefferson Lerner ain't come out yet. So I don't know if that was potentially because of the knock and he was getting a little bit of treatment or something. So he was a bit later. So I thought, I've got to wait then, haven't I? I've got to hang around. So I did, and he was great. He took a pictures with a few people, and didn't rush off. So yeah, it was good to see him, and he had a great game again. So he looked all right as well. To be fair, that was the main thing. So hopefully he'll be fine, because he's pivotal, as Parker said, didn't he?
And Parker has been saying a lot in the media recently. Been really interesting to see a piece on Football Focus with Alex Scott, but it was Mark Clement that spoke to him at Dean Court, and asked him about the differences between being at Bournemouth and Fulham. Recommend you check that out on the most recent Football Focus. It's about 39 minutes in. Also, Dan Rose from the Echo writes a piece on his superstitions and, saluting at Magpies. Tom, we all know that you've got a superstition, but Scott Parker, Jefferson Lerma looks as though he'll be okay tonight, even though he's got a slight knock. But it's really good news from Scott in terms of the status of players like Lewis Cook and Junior Stanislas, isn't it? It's a bit of a funny position. Certainly a lot different to say 1 month ago, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. It's mad how quickly it changes, isn't it? Which is why I think whatever happens this season, deserves a lot of credit for that start of the season we had. You forget how, kind of down to the bare bones we were. And whatever happens this season, we've got to give credit to the likes of Ibsen Rossi and Kilkenny, who come in when we needed them. Whether they'll play a big part for the remainder of the season remains to be seen. But they come in and done a job for us when we needed them. I think what helps when you've got such a fit squad is people like Lewis Cook and Stanislas. They can really take their time now to kind of get ready. I think sometimes players come back from injury and you just rush them back because you need them so much.
Absolutely.
That's not the case. I bet Stanislas has had that so much during his career where, he's rushing back injuries too much and he breaks down again and it'll be the same with Lewis. So at least we could bide our time with them. There's no need to rush them back. And they'll probably be looking at kind of after Christmas when you hit that kind of, it's normally January, isn't it, when you have their FA Cup third round.
Yeah. And
that seems like that'd be a nice little time, especially for Lewis, maybe to get his first start and, and kind of, slowly getting back to fitness because we're not desperate for changes at the moment. So, it's a good thing. And for how good Lewis Cook's going to feel like a new signing, isn't he?
Yeah. Very much so. Very much so. Let's see what Ben Phillips has got to say, who's joining us now on afcbpodcast.com/take part. Ben, how are you, sir?
I'm good, thank you.
How are you feeling about tonight's game?
I'm feeling good about it. I just hope that it's not a repeat of a lot of occasions last season where we do well against the good teams and poor against the not so good teams. But I'm feeling confident because, obviously we're unbeaten, won 4 in a row, and it's all seeming very good at the moment.
It is, but we've made hard work, I would say, of some of the Championship away games that we've played in. There no first half goal in AFC Bournemouth's last 3 Championship trips on the road. So it shows that Bournemouth take their time to get going a bit. And when they do get going, they tend to score and then they almost put the handbrake on. Why do you think Scott Parker does that? Because as far as I'm concerned, from the stands, I'm just wanting them to score 2, 3, 4, but we don't. And it always feels a little bit tense. But Scott Parker, it seems to be all about control for him.
Yeah, I think I could be completely wrong, but he maybe would want to get a feel for the game and maybe for the first half an hour or so and then see how they're playing. And I think maybe just slowly easing into the game. But I know what you mean. It's just, I find it frustrating whenever we go 1-0 up or 2-1 up or whatever, and we've got that 1 goal lead, it's just been a theme for the past few years that we don't go for it and go for a second or third. We just sit back, and I think against teams like Peterborough, Luton, everyone that we're going to be playing like that, we need to go for a second, just because we saw against Blackpool, we missed a chance in the second half, sat back for pretty much the rest of the game, and we bottled a 2-0 lead.
What are your thoughts for the prediction tonight, Ben?
I'm going 3-0, but it could be
excellent.
different.
Like hearing that.
But I'm hoping, as long as we just play our football and we play attacking, free-flowing kind of style, then we should be absolutely fine. And they're missing their best player, so that's good.
Yeah, now there's a bit of conjecture about Clark Harris because we don't quite know what's going to happen with him because he's appealing his ban, and he actually played at the weekend against Coventry on the Friday night. So whilst the appeal is happening, I didn't realise that players can actually play. But regardless, they lost 3-0 to Coventry, who are flying high. So it's not like his inclusion really made a difference anyway. But we'll certainly see what happens and what develops throughout the day because obviously he got banned for 4 games for a social media post about 10,000 years ago. Always getting it right, the FA and the EFL, aren't they? Unbelievable. Ben, thanks very much for coming on.
Thank you.
Cheers, buddy. And let's just wrap up more about what Scott Parker had to say, because we've mentioned Lewis Cook. Also, it's worth saying that he is going to be playing in the forthcoming match in the Premier League Cup against Arsenal. He also took part in an in-house friendly at the weekend as well, and he came through the match well. In terms of Junior Stanislas, after he limped off in the first half against Blackpool last month, the club have been cautious to avoid a reoccurrence of the 2 hamstring injuries he sustained this season. And Parker said that Junior is doing well at the moment. He's trained with us fully, so it's a steady road for him. So all good news. Whereabouts are you travelling from? If you're going to the game, I'm sure that a lot of you are travelling from Bournemouth. Let us know if you're watching live in the chat. We'll put it on screen. We've got Morgan Scott, who's waiting for us today. We'll shift our attention, I think, now on to the opposition, because, it might be an interesting one today. Well, Bournemouth have got 21 points, whereas Peterborough are in 21st place. It's a league table that points to an away win, and the team's form also points to an away win. But as we know, the Championship just doesn't work like that, does it? Peterborough are going to pose threats, and as I said, whilst their last match was a disappointing 3-0 loss against the Sky Blues, they will be looking over their shoulder, teetering on the edge of the relegation zone at the moment. And they'll be motivated to get out of it as soon as possible. Now, with Johnson Clark-Harris appealing his 4-match ban, it looks likely to be included. So they will have the firepower up front, and we'll need to be aware of it. And Tom, it's not going to be straightforward tonight, is it?
Never straightforward in the Championship, mate. We know that, and like Ben mentioned there as well, kind of the other promoted sides, the lesser teams, so to speak, that are going to be nearer the bottom of the table, we struggle with a little bit. I think they're slightly different, probably in the sense that I think a lot of teams that are maybe scrapping at the bottom will try and defend deep and make it horrible for you. Peterborough have conceded a lot of goals. I think you mentioned the 3 against Coventry. And did they concede like 5 or 6 against Sheffield United not long ago as well? Yeah. So they're not a team, I don't think, that can set up that way. And like you said, if Clark-Harris is fit, they've also got Dembele. They might as well attack. But their best form of defence is probably attack for Peterborough, because it doesn't look like they can sit back on it. So I think it'll be a little bit different in that sense. I think it'll be more open. I think from Peterborough's point of view, they should probably go with no fear and just think, it's a bonus game, really, not expected to beat these type of teams if we're going to stay up. So let's have a go. And I think there could be goals. There could be goals tonight, in my opinion. I think it could be a bit more of an open game, which hopefully should suit us. We've got a lot of pacey players, as we know, on the counter attacks and on transition. So I'd like to think we'll have too much, like I say, but yeah. No givens in the champ, mate. No givens at all. So it'll be a slog tonight.
Morgan Scott standing by, and we're going to have his opinion on the game very shortly. But in our away games against Peterborough United, AFC Bournemouth have won 5, drawn 2, and lost 14. And in all competitions, we've won 14, drawn 8, lost 23. So we know about Clark-Harris. We talked about him, but what about the rest? Well, we got a view from Toby from TGPUFC14 on YouTube. Check it out. We'll pop the link below. And this was his view of the game tonight.
So in terms of Peterborough United, as many posh fans will know, this season it's been a very rollercoaster ride. At home, we've been pretty good. Away, we've been absolutely dreadful so far this season. So 2 home games will be in Posh's favour, as we have been putting on good performances at home of recent late. So going into this one, Posh will be looking to bounce back from their 3-0 defeat to Coventry. Again, poor second half performance. They just had a really bad 10-minute spell where they just completely lost it, and it just didn't go well for them. Going into this one, Bournemouth will, as I said, posing a very attacking threat. They are very good at the moment, and they are scoring goals. So it will be difficult for Posh. Obviously, Mark Beavers is still out. We've got a bit of a problem up front at the moment. Jack Marriott could be out for 4 to 5 months after having a really bad hamstring injury, and I think he had an operation last week on it. So wish Jack all the best. Hope he gets well soon. Johnson Clark-Harris having this 4-match ban after this Twitter scandal that many Posh fans, in myself included, think it's ridiculous considering it was years ago. And we'll end it there because I'm not going to go into that. But Yeah, so we've got a bit of a dilemma up front. Who's going to play? Will it be Dembele? Will it be Schmodix? We don't know. Personally, I'd probably try and bring in a loan sign on a short-term deal, maybe, but I don't think that's Fergie's really aim at this point in time. He just wants to use the players he's got, which is understandable. But yeah, it will be a tough test. Hopefully Posh can go into it and put a good performance in front of the home fans.
So there you go. Check out the link below. We will add it. Thanks to Toby for that insight, and do check out his channel. We got Morgan Scott who's going to join us for a few minutes. And Morgan, we chatted about it earlier. Bournemouth are very slow to get going in a lot of our matches. Wouldn't it be nice to have a fast start for once, eh?
Yeah, hopefully for you and Tom and all the fans that are going on this Wednesday afternoon, early evening. Hopefully we can start the game, and hopefully we can grind out a result and make it maybe go 2 or 3 goals up and actually grind it up, and then maybe go on and get a 4th and kill the game to bed, because Bournemouth aren't very good at doing that very often. So hopefully it'll be good to see another performance like Barnsley where we dominate and we get the result.
But only 1 away goal conceded. That's a good stat, right, Morgan?
Well, that's a very good stat. You talk about stats. 1 goal on the road conceded. When was that? Was that against Forest?
I think it must have been, wasn't it? Yeah.
That's a long time away. And in my opinion, I think this is a 9-point week. I don't know what you and Tom think, but I think we got to be confident going into the international break. I think tonight we just got to show a bit of. I think Peterborough have nothing to kind of hide. I think they're expecting maybe Bournemouth to think, oh, we're going to smash you 5-0. Hopefully that Bournemouth won't get carried away and we'll get the result done in the end. But I think we got a good chance tonight. I'm really excited, and it's nice to be able to either watch it on AFCB TV, or I think it might be on the red button on Sky as well. So Cherries fans have lots of options to watch the game.
Yeah, but no replays on the red button, Morgan. So, do not go to the fridge and get your bottle of Coke, because you might miss something and you won't be able to watch the replay again. But it's, of course...
No, I'll be watching on AFCB TV. I learnt my lesson.
You'll be absolutely fine then. Have you got a prediction for tonight, mate?
I haven't thought about it.
Go on.
I reckon 3-0. I really want to. I think we're going to win 3-0 because I want 3 points, and I know you can win a game 1-0, but I reckon we're going to get 3 goals tonight. I reckon Solanke's going to carry on. I reckon Jaden Anthony might get one, and depending if he played Brooks or not, I reckon Brooks might get one. But I don't know if Brooks is going to come back in.
Morgan, excellent to have you on. Thank you so much, buddy. And hopefully it's 3-0. That's you and Ben that have said that now. Morgan, appreciate you coming on. It's a very shorter show today because everyone is at work, and if they're going to watch this during their lunchtime, we don't want to take up too much of their time. So thank you so much, mate.
Wish you a safe journey to you and all the fans going up, and hopefully catch you in the 1910 on Saturday.
Will do, buddy. Will do. Thank you very much. Morgan
Thank you very
Scott,
much.
the person that is nearly as tall as Steve Hensman. Right, if you are going today, Charters Bar have made themselves... Well, they've made themselves known for away fans today. There's a good selection of beers and ales and a decent setting to warm up for the match. Clear skies tonight too. And it's set on a barge, Tom. How idyllic is that? But hopefully no argy-bargy. No, I won't do that. No, look, it looks a really nice place. Got a huge beer garden, and it's only a short walk from the stadium as well. Plenty of parking near the stadium, not at the stadium. But if you're looking to go to a pub, that is the place that's been recommended there. There are some others in the city centre as well. But yeah, we'll be at Charter, so I'm really looking forward to that. But Tom, as we said at the start of the show, for anyone that's just tuned in, no alcohol in the concourse for away fans, mate. What?
I don't know what I'm going to do either. I've got to do my superstition. I have to go down on 38. I feel like it will be, something will go wrong if I don't. So I think I'm just going to go down there and just stand there. But we might not miss a goal just after half time, so that'd be nice. But yeah, to be fair, I thought it was really strange, and then I thought about it. I thought, well, Ted Mack doesn't serve alcohol either, does it? To be fair, maybe that's more common than I realised. I'm not sure. It does seem a weird one. Like I say, I think last time I went there, I don't even know if I could drink, so I couldn't remember. But yeah, nice. It looks like a nice bar, the Charters Bar, before the game. Hopefully get a few cherries in there. So That'd be good. And like I say, it's a short walk to the stadium as well, so that's always handy.
We'll go through the team very, very shortly. But before that, there's a bit of a mental battle, I think, tonight. And I think Matt alluded to it on the free-for-all outside Dean Court on Saturday. And it's clear that our technical quality should be superior tonight. But as we spoke about, we've not been behind in a game once this season. And we've never had to chase a game. And it concerns me that we don't ever do what West Brom did last night in games where they battered Cardiff 4-0 and we just sort of meander over the line. So I'm kind of wondering, like, hopefully that tactic is not ingrained in our head so that if we do go 1-0 behind, we'll kind of struggle to like push ourselves to get that equaliser. I don't know, it just feels as though we could do with a little bit more desire and intensity. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I could see what everyone's I'm saying. I mean, it's certainly a nice thing to be kind of a bit annoyed about, isn't it? You know, it could be a lot worse. I think probably at the moment, maybe Scott Parker's the type of manager that's looking at games and when as the clock's ticking down, thinking let's just not get caught. And we certainly, once we get a goal or two, we certainly tend to go a bit more conservative, don't we? And maybe he's trying to get that kind of control of a game rather than kill it off. Which I think, yeah, it's one of the things that can be frustrating sometimes, especially for us fans, because, you know, it just leaves us nervous when we don't feel like we should be. I think the more frustrating for me, I can understand it when you're a goal up and there's 15 minutes to go. I get that. I think certainly the last game against Luton, we were 2 goals up. You know, you've got a bit of breathing space there. I felt it was silly letting them back into the game. We really could have killed them off. But yeah, I mean, it's all about winning football matches. But yeah, we don't want to get caught out. And it almost, at the moment, like you say, we don't know how we'll be if we go a goal down. It'll be interesting to see. We will go a goal down at some point. It might be tonight, might be later on in the season. We will, and it will see how we react to that. And because at the moment, we're probably playing teams where they're kind of quite cautious. You know, the game's quite on the knife edge. I think if a team goes ahead and then proper puts everyone behind the ball, that'll be interesting to see how we break them down, because we're quite good on counter-attacks and things like that. But can we pick them passes? I think players like Ryan Christie will certainly help that. I think he's a player that can unlock a door, and you know, and we all know Lewis Cook's that type of player as well when he comes back. So it'll be interesting, but yeah, it's one of them. We'd love to kill him off. I'd love to have a game where we can just relax and sing some songs and just know that the win's in the bag. But yeah, them nervous kind of ends to games seem to be ingrained in us Bournemouth fans, don't it? So whatever, just win the game.
We'll be absolutely fine, hopefully. Right, let's choose the team then. Let's go for it. So there we are then, mate. This is our usual screen, and we're going to go through and look, we can involve some people on chat with this. And if you do, just type a player number and then say who you think it should be. We will start off, Tom, with the goalkeeper. I mean, Will Dennis has been cracking in training. So yeah, there we go. No, Travers, isn't it?
Yeah, got to be, mate. And mentioned to him for the last game, because I watched that save back. Didn't realise how good it was. It was off Smithy, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But what a reaction save. And it feels like since Nyland's come in, Travers has been even better. So long may it continue. Yeah, definitely Travers in goal.
Yeah. Okay, Tom, can you give Josh a wave? There you go. That's an emphatic wave there. Craig on the free throw was talking about Jack Stacey, and when he sort of mentioned him, I thought, yeah, I suppose so. But I mean, like Adam Smith, you can't really not play him, because I thought he's done really well. And what he's done is he's given both Brooks and Christie a sort of license when they've been playing on that side. I think they've had a bit more, I don't know, they've felt a bit more assured, and they've been, Brooks, when he was playing, was creating goals. He was, running from right to left, creating chances. Christie's obviously shown how dangerous he can be. But I think a lot of testament to that is probably because of, knowing that they've got Smith behind him.
Yeah, definitely. I think Stacey's, you can argue the fact that Stacey's a better player than Smith. I don't mind that argument. I think Jack Stacey certainly gets in every other championship side at right back. I think we've got the 2 best in the league, personally. So it's a good problem to have. But I agree. I think we talk about that Zamora-Anthony partnership, which has been great. I don't think we had that at the start of the season down the right side, but I think we're developing it with Smithy. I think Smithy gives us more balance. I think Parker likes his experience. I think you forget how experienced Smithy is. And he wins good fouls, and I think he's He draw, yeah. Like, at the end of the day, if Ryan Christie goes and gets 2 assists in the last game, you've got to give credit to the player that's behind him and allowing him to do that and express himself. So Smithy's got to play for me. There's nothing against Jack Stacey, but I think Smithy's undroppable at the moment if he's fit.
Okay, so Smithy's in there, right? The centre back. I mean, we've been talking about whether things will be changed, but do you think it will?
I mean, I can't see that if they're both fit, it's got to be Kao and Kelly. But the only thing I will say is I did notice. I'm hoping. I looked too much into it. I noticed Kale go down a few times. I remember during the game thinking he might have to come off here because it looked like he pulled something, but maybe it was just cramp or something like that. He did go down a few times, so it wouldn't absolutely shock me if suddenly he's not playing tonight and maybe he did tweak something and with us having another game at the weekend. But if they're fit, which we assume they are, it's got to be them two, hasn't it?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, if you were going to have Cahill in a match where you need him for one of them, you'd probably, I know that Sheffield United lost 2-0 to Borough last night, to Middlesbrough, but you'd probably play him in that. And part of me thought, maybe he's giving Mepham some minutes over a straight swap for Christie for Brooks, or Brooks for Christie, is it? I thought it might have been. Maybe he's just prepping Chris Mepham to play there tonight. But I don't know whether he'll be thinking that far forward. He's probably just thinking about the sort of 90 minutes in front of him, right there on Saturday. So be interesting. I think, if there was going to be a change, maybe Mepham would come in. But other than that, I don't disagree. Now, the midfield three interests me a bit. Lerma had a knock, but the way he's been playing, I don't think you can't not play him in there. But what do you think?
I think it's the same as the Kale thing, unless there's we know with the strapping that Lerma had on his knee, and like I say, Kale went down a few times. They're the only little things just watching the game. You think, have they got niggles? And because it's a midweek game. So if that's the case, then they will obviously, I would agree that it's probably this game's a better game for them to come out of than the weekend. But as far as we're aware, they're fit. So you can't change that midfield three for me. Ben Pearson, he's kind of come in and out the side, but he was man of the match, wasn't he, at the ground on Saturday, and I thought he was absolutely superb. Puts out fires everywhere, doesn't he? He's brilliant. And it allows Lerma, kind of in that 8 role, to bomb on and get involved a bit more. Thought he was great. And then Billing scoring again. It seems like it's Dom and Billing, at least one of them scoring. And Billing's getting that licence because of them two around him. So, if they're fit, it's got to be that three for me. And forgetting that we have Marcondes at this stage.
It looks like, from what I'm seeing, Tom, that you're going unchanged at this point in time. Will there be a change?
I'm just trying to keep it tense, as we go. But it's definitely going to be unchanged in my opinion. If everyone's fit, I don't see how you can change it really. I think we've said probably recently we've looked at the 2 players we've looked at is kind of Pearson and Christie for the changes, because we've kind of thought you could take Pearson out, move Christie in and play Brooks, or you could just do a straight swap for Christie and Brooks.
Sorry, I typed the wrong name in there. There we go.
But what I will say is Pearson was man of the match, and Christie got 2 assists. So the 2 players we're looking at rotating were arguably our best 2 players in the last game, in my opinion. So they've got to play for me. Obviously, Anthony, that partnership with Zamura's been great. That's one we haven't seen a lot of Rodgers. He seems like he does trust him off the bench. Wouldn't be surprised if he comes in at some point, but at the moment, I can't make an argument unless it's injuries or knocks to change the team, mate. I don't know what you think.
Yeah, no, I agree. I don't think there's reason to change it unless there are obvious issues or, anyone is overly tired. And I'm sure that over the weekend, they'll have sort of discussed how things are. And, we're not to know those, we're not party to that information. So as far as I'm concerned, that, I wouldn't change it. However, if there are knocks, you can see like you maybe Mepham in for Cahill. And look, we've got pretty much replacements all over the pitch. The only person that I would say that does so much work, and we don't really know whether his replacement is good enough, is Dom Solanke. But then you're saying that Lowe scored 14 goals last season for Swansea. So
we're very fortunate, aren't we? Very fortunate position. And I will say, like I say, I want Kale to be fine. Of course, he's been absolutely brilliant. But like you mentioned, if there's going to be a game where we kind of need to rotate him because he's got a knock, I would say tonight, in the sense that Clark Harris, if he plays, or Dembele, got a bit of pace, they'll play him behind. They won't chuck balls in the box as much. Could be a game that's better for Mepham than, whereas I think Kale will be more needed at the weekend. Having said all that, Kale's been absolute Rolls Royce for us. I desperately want him to be fit. But I agree with you. I don't think there's, I feel like we've got good options on the bench. We can. It's weird because we feel like we've got so many options. We can change it, but then we don't want to change it. It's So Parker's got a good problem at the moment, mate. So there's even people that can't get on the bench that are bloody good as well. So yeah, I think there will be a game where we got to chase it. Might be tonight, and that's where we'll see what the lads can do off the bench, and show how good that depth is. Hopefully it won't be tonight, because hopefully it'll be a comfortable win and a nice chill one for us. But I don't think it will be somehow.
Hopefully we'll see more celebrations like this tonight. Really looking forward to seeing Dom hopefully scoring some more goals and getting up that top goal scorers chart in the Championship. Amazing to see everyone that's come on this quite inconveniently placed morning show. Myself and Tom, we're going to be leaving in about an hour. And just remember, if you want to catch the game tonight, it's live on BBC Radio Solent with Chris Temple and Jimmy Glass. That commentary, twin it with the pictures. It's on AFCB TV for a tenner. Replays and a hell of a lot more as well. Multi-camera action as well. Plus, it's free on Sky Sports as well. Just hit the red button, or certain devices on Now TV. Plus, you know where to go if you want the instant reaction from outside the ground. Happy birthday today to Tommy Heffernan's poodle. He is a supporter of the channel. Thank you so much for supporting us. And if you want to do so, you can do so by checking out the following. YouTube super chats are always welcome, but on afcb.co.uk, no, what is it? afcbpodcast.com/coffee. That's where it is. You can become a monthly donator and your name will appear on the Legends Wall. You'll get invited into our private WhatsApp group and also get an exclusive look at certain content as well. So just to reiterate, that's afcbpodcast.com/coffee. You can take part after the game tonight. All you need to do is just look out for the bright light and the camera, and we're going to be chatting to fans after the game. Hopefully it'll be a very jubilant one. Tom, nothing quite like an away day.
Can't wait, mate. Let's do it. I don't know why I feel like I'm warming up. I'm doing a lunge here. Like I'm only going on the away game, but
Flex.
I'm loosening up. Yeah, hurry up. Can you just get off there? Come pick me up.
I will do. I'll see you in just over an hour. How's about that?
Buzzing, mate. Yeah, looking forward to it. And safe travel to everyone up there. See you in the Charters bar.
Up the Cherries. I'll end it now.